All right, we're currently live. Now I just got to figure out.
It says we've been live for a minute.
We should talk about broken nails and how the struggle's real.
I'm doing good on my not biting my nails journey. They're actually kind of growing in right now.
Oh, look at you. Get some tea tree oil.
I'm a savage.
I don't know about all that now.
Classy, bougie, nasty.
I thought it was ratchet. Oh no, it is nasty. I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh no.
All right.
Anyways,
That's it for y'all.
I'm gonna lab.
Oh no.
Yeah, here goes. I'm done talking to her.
You gonna tag us?
I post, yeah, I can.
Okay.
Welcome to the lab.
Ew, what?
Oh, who was that? An airplane flying over somebody else? Can I just say real quick?
It wasn't me. I swear.
No, can I just say real quick? So the Blue Angels did this flyover of New York, Philadelphia, and Trent. All my friends that I know from Rowan that live in the area was all posting it all hype on their stories and stuff. You know, not one little birdie bird plane flew over Cumberland County, child. I was like,
no, nobody's coming to Cumberland County.
We all
I
trying
saw
to
them out
Cumberland
here.
County.
Where I am.
We all trying to leave this county.
William.
So we're live right now, right?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Welcome to the lab.
It's live now, but I mean, I haven't really shared it to my joint, so I don't even. Yeah, no one's in here yet. But
When you share it, hit us with a link.
Come on.
Well, I sent the link in the text of the live the feed. That's why you got my phone off. But I'm also posting it to my regular just Facebook, and I'm tagging.
Oh, I see myself in live time. And Facebook is interpreting what I'm saying. This is so look. My camera's crap right now. Look.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Facebook does the joint.
Oh, Inception. We're about to do Inception.
That movie got on my nerves.
Oh, I love that movie.
It was just so. I liked it, but the ending confused me.
Of what?
Inception.
I've never watched that movie.
Did you do it? Should I go? Because I have my thing where I have to.
Yo. Is this? Oh, okay.
Oh, Liddy.
I gotta figure out how to turn off the sound on your Mac when it comes to text messages. I still have yet to figure that out.
You can really put it on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, but do I have to put every text message thread on Do Not Disturb?
Yes, each individual thread you have to do.
That's the dumbest thing in the world. Okay, all right. Wow.
Why don't you look it up on Google?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna Google it after this. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. It's been shared, and yep, Matt just shared it. Cool. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lab Podcast, a show with four friends coming to you live for this special quarantine edition episode. I am Aaron.
I'm Camille.
I'm John Legend.
And I'm Matt.
that's a new one where John Legend did that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm here with my fellow hunker downers. Speaking of hunker downers, real quick. Y'all be following Leslie Jordan or Leslie Johnson, that old white guy?
Loosely.
He's amazing.
What's his name?
Oh, wait,
Leslie
no.
Jordan.
Yeah, Leslie.
I thought it was Leslie. Yeah, it's Leslie Jordan.
The
I was
comedian.
gonna say all you cool Captain Kittens.
Oh no, I don't know if he's a
Oh.
comedian or what, but he be on Instagram. My fellow hunker downers. I found that he's famous for other stuff.
Yes. Leslie,
Leslie Jordan.
the one white
Leslie
man.
Jordan.
Yeah, he's on Will and Grace.
I thought that was a comedian.
He is a comedian.
He is a
too, but
comedian.
he's also
You're
on the
thinking of
show.
Leslie Jones.
I sure was.
Well,
They did a thing together, Instagram live together.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But any new thing for y'all for your quarantine? For me, it's been Groundhog Day. That's what we've just been calling it. I'm doing the same thing every day, and it's probably going to continue to do the same thing every day until this is over. So, any y'all doing anything different with y'all this? Because I'm not.
I mean, I've been keeping the lab up to date with my Game of Thrones rewatch. I am on the last episode. I'm gonna watch it later today when we're done filming.
Wait, of the series.
Of the series, I've officially watched it again.
Jesus.
Jeez.
You started like 3 weeks ago.
Well,
maybe 4 max.
I powered through it, and no, let me tell you something. I watched The Bells last night, and the night that episode came on was the night that the Sixers lost to the Raptors.
Wow.
So
night.
This was as a Targaryen stan, that was one of the worst nights of my life.
Wow.
Triggered your emotions a little bit.
Through and through.
I mean, my unemployment's been acting up. That's about.
Mad people have.
So someone wants to support Camille.
Look, guys.
During this quarantine.
Someone's watching.
Oh, praise the Lord, Sister
Jackie. I knew somebody was going to.
Back from my church.
Have a seat.
Hello, welcome.
Well, let me tell you what I've been doing on this quarantine.
Oh.
I've been aspiring to work out and eat healthy, but that ain't happening.
Keyword was aspiring.
Eating bread, eating desserts, and getting all types of fat and sassy.
I don't know what you're aspiring for. I ain't aspiring for nothing.
Every night I'm like, maybe I should watch a workout video, but all I know I'm going to do is just sit there and look at them like, that looks like fun.
Listen, I worked out for maybe the first 3 days of this.
I should kind of.
That's my question.
It was over. It was over after that.
I thought I was going to come out of this thing with a nice body and looking good and being talented, writing 5 songs and something. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I know we got to listen. I know we got to docket
5 songs.
I know we got to docket, but Darnell just brought something up that I wanted to get y'all opinion on. I am sick and tired of seeing all of these people hosting. If you don't come out of this with a new hobby, a talent, a new way to make some money, better, what's the name? People is just trying to survive. If you come out of this just in your own sound mind, you doing good for yourself, if you ask me. If you come out of this just close to what you went in with, you doing good.
Right.
I think that the thought behind that is that we have not the bread.
That's funny.
Listen, the thought behind that is that
that's funny.
We have so much time on our hands, and I think that there are things that we put off as an excuse for not having time before. And so pretty much is now that you have the time, do something with that time that's productive instead of just sitting home eating bread and getting fat and sassy.
Right.
Well, speaking of people trying to get out and do something with their time,
bread in general makes you fat. Like, bread's not good for you.
I mean, it's good for the soul. But speaking of people trying to do stuff with their time, I'm sick of people spending their time protesting, trying to get everybody back on the streets.
Right. Like, what exactly are you protesting for? For what?
Most of them got Rona anyway. Now, I saw this one lady got it. She was protesting. She got it.
Yeah, she organized.
Somebody else. You saw that today?
I didn't see that
one. Yeah, I'm like, you out there in these streets, but Rona was like, you thought.
Exactly. The one I see
I know.
You know how they be people on YouTube that go out and just be interviewing people and then like splice a quick video together to be funny?
You mean like the girl that pooped her pants?
No. Pooped her pants where?
There's a girl that pooped her pants?
At a protest?
No. The girl that she went to
all types of universities trying to be a right winger.
I'm talking about Rifle Girl.
Yes, Rifle Girl.
She did. Someone who like that does a lot of videos of just recording people, splicing them together. This guy did that. He went to and interviewing the people that was protesting, and the video itself didn't really get funny till at the end. One of the guys he interviewed in the beginning was coughing at the end, and I was like, "See, this is why you need to be home."
And I hate that it's become this health crisis has become politicized, because you have one party who's pretty much saying we have to open up the economy, we have to do this, we have to do that, and we're still in the thick of what this illness is. I'm hearing people passing away. People I went to school with, their loved ones have passed away because of COVID-19. Like, it's no joke, and it's not like it's just in one place, it's all over. And so you have people who are saying, our president wants us to do this. I saw one lady, she was in her car. She was of a different tone. And she was like, look at my roots. I need to get a hair dye. I need to go to my hairdresser. I'm like, I'd rather be home and looking crazy than go to hairdresser, go to barber, go to nail salon and get COVID-19. I
saw the picture of a nail salon where they had like these big old plastic sheets hanging straight down, and you sat on one side, and then they was doing your toes on the other side of it, and your hands.
Like any store you go to right now, like most of them have that type of thing. Like I went to the grocery store yesterday because I just needed a couple of things that I was out of, like toilet paper, hand sanitizer, whatever, just normal stuff. And, they had like a big thing, like a huge piece of glass, like in between me and the person. You had to slide my card under the thing. So like this has changed the whole way that just the world operates right now.
Right.
Yeah, my store does the same thing.
It's just really crazy to me that some people, like after everything that has happened already, aren't taking it seriously.
But Matt, speaking of crazy, you want to know what's crazier? People ingesting bleach.
Yeah, Jesus.
I know. The fact that they hadn't put an announcement out. Who was it? They were like, please.
Wasn't it like Lysol or Clorox? Like the company that be running them, they was like, hey.
It was damn near bleach. He damn near put bleach in his blood system. Like, are you out of your mind? Are you stupid?
Listen.
But it came from stupid in the first place. So that's why stupid said it. Stupid people did it.
Look, y'all, and this might have been insensitive to me, but you know what? It is what it is. Me and my mom was talking about it.
Bro, natural selection is a thing. If you think injecting bleach is the answer, go ahead and do it.
That's practically what I said without saying it, man. And she was like, I can't believe he said that because people are going to believe him. I said, listen, mama, if people believe him and do that, we didn't need him. We didn't need those people in the first place. They wasn't helping us. They wasn't helping.
If you think injecting bleach is the answer, go do it. Go ahead.
Kim just texted me. Kim just texted me. It was like, wait, I drink bleach every day. My friend Kim. You know Kim.
Yeah,
she is hilarious.
Yeah. Every day. What's wrong with it?
That's funny,
man.
Wait. So, Aaron,
I mean, if you're really surprised, he was eating Tide Pods, so it's the same. It's the same type of people,
right? Aaron, that earlier. Did you guys see that video? Sorry, I'm literally like going rogue right now. But the video of the college students or the high schoolers that did that video about like how to create a black person.
Child, God. Lord have mercy. Why you do it? Why'd you do it?
I had to.
You said what?
Oh God!
Use the N-word.
The whole docket off this.
I know, but like.
Yes, Darnell, that video. When they was in the sink,
we had to talk about
when they was in the sink and they was saying all the stuff, gotta add robbery, and they was adding all the water in and adding
no dad,
and go to jail and all of this, that, and the third. You ain't seen this one yet?
No,
I saw it.
Wow.
Is it the TikTok or like
it was TikTok. So you know how the TikTok it was based on the format, and people who aren't familiar on it. It was based on this trend that's going on TikTok of a lot of it's been like positive things. I've seen ones that like the ones I've seen has been like God when he made black men, and it was like loyalty, and they just throw a whole bunch of water into a bucket, and it was like cheating, and they ain't putting nothing in. It's just random stuff like that. But this
like how you make the Powder Puff Girls.
Or the powder, like how you make the exact Powder Puff Girl recipe, water, the spice, sugar spice, and everything. Pretty much that. And in this it was two white people. They busted in. It was two high schoolers, a boy and a girl.
Senior, yeah. And
they walked in, and they was like, "How do you create niggers?" is what they said, and they were like,
yes, no father,
yes, with the hard R, and then they were like, no dad, water, going to jail, water, robbing people, specifically whites, a whole lot of water, some other just mad, wild, racist stuff.
But they got expelled.
Yeah, they got expelled.
College invitations have been rescinded.
Because you can't just run your mouth off and think there's not repercussions for what you say.
Listen,
like a lot of people are lost on that right now. Like you think you just say whatever you want. Like at the end of the day, no, we still, you know, like I don't know. I don't know. That just made me mad what you just said. But so I even like people just think you can say whatever you want at like these times that we're living in.
Yeah,
because some people's president.
But what's crazy, people think they can say what they want until they get caught, because the follow-up to that story is
and then when you get caught, you want to cry.
Listen,
and be like, "Oh, it was a mistake. Oh, I was raised like a good person."
He's mad. Okay.
The girl was like, "I'm not racist. It wasn't my idea. My boyfriend made me do it. This, that, and the third.
Stop attacking me." That's what she said.
Stop attacking me. Because Twitter, so their names got leaked, their social media got leaked, and people was, I'm sure, blowing them up. So
I think they took down their Instagram.
Oh, by now I'm sure.
Good.
She said that
I hope people are still bullying you today.
She said you shouldn't judge a person
because you really think you just spit whatever you want out of your mouth. All right. Go, so now you're dealing with the repercussions.
Yeah.
And the guy, he was a wrestler, and he lost his job. He was like WWE.
Good.
And he was like, "Stop attacking me. I'm not racist." I'm like, "But you are. You are." And every negative thing, let that follow you wherever you go.
He was in the WWE.
Like he was in like an organization like the WWE.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. But yeah.
But you know what isn't racist and isn't a respecter of person?
Who?
Stupidity.
Yeah.
Which is, as much as it pains me to say, is which I'm going to have to say that Pastor Tony Spell and Pastor Brian Karn had with holding these big old services still in person during all of this that's going on.
Allegedly.
Wait, what's the alleged part about it?
Right, they did.
Well, Brian Karn is a little bit, it's a bit more alleged because he's trying to say things that he didn't say and everything.
Who is you saying is alleged, Brian or Tony?
No, Tony, he's emboldened. He's telling people, "I'm having church with my ankle bracelet on."
Brian was on recording saying, Brian on recording saying, "Hey, if you get corona from coming to church, don't say it was from service. Say you got it at somebody else's church."
But now he's saying that he allegedly didn't say that.
You can hear him say it. So what is he got a dark twin? He got
no legality against me.
A tether.
What you say?
It's
tethered. He got a tether.
This is tethered.
Oh man. Anyway, I think just people need to stop meeting. Just all of it needs to stop.
Most churches have, but there are
are just. I feel like you're not leading people to Christ if you're doing all of this. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This ain't Christ-like.
It's not biblically sound at all to just I'm gonna go against the laws of the world
at all.
Because I mean, Jesus does have you and he will protect us, absolutely. But he didn't say go be reckless.
Listen, I believe Jesus has me and angels surround me, but I am not jumping off the roof of my house head first.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not.
I think that it's just when you come from a background where it's faith forward, it's the conversation, not that it's nuanced, but there's a different thought.
Your faith should empower your discernment to stay home.
But people are saying that I have the faith to believe that I ain't gonna be harmed by this. Now, I don't agree with that at all. I tell you about home, you better log on to virtual church and have a hallelujah of a time in your PJs in your living room.
I mean, I feel like I said it when the last episode we recorded. Listen,
Matt, push your laptop back.
You can
your chin.
you can have church at home. Your Bible still works. The pages are still in there unless you tore one out. Like I've said this before. Like there's no reason to think that Jesus and church does not work at home.
Hello?
But for some reason, they don't have that thought process. There was even a pastor in Atlanta who was trying to shoot shots at Jamal Bryant, and was saying, you have this, multi-million complex, and you're choosing to have a broadcast from a trailer to an online audience. You should be ashamed of yourself. And so it's just you have a brand of stupid that just they're not getting it, and then it's sad because you have. I'm not going to clump them in with folks who, at the beginning of this, were confused and they were hearing different things because of our government and not taking a hard stance against COVID-19 when we heard about this thing back in 2019. And so we had meetings right before we started to shut things down. And now people especially in the Church of God in Christ, there's a number of deaths in that organization. And I think that all of them, it's just a sad thing. And for other church leaders to still continue after seeing stuff like that is just reckless and irresponsible. That's why I thank God for my church, Christ Gospel Church Love Center. Follow us on Facebook, and we have service every Sunday morning online, virtually. Be blessed.
Always trying to promote
Okay.
every time. Every time.
I'm plugging in my church.
Oh gosh.
That was a solid plug. But I didn't hear one lie out of your mouth. You say we had to say, period.
Exactly. Speaking of lies, right?
Jesus.
Now this
I love Aaron segues. Like it's so fun.
This segue gonna be stretched. I don't know if I got it. But
okay,
lies,
we just got to amen.
Listen, I got it. The government apparently has been lying this to us for years. Because for years, every time people brought up aliens, they said ain't no such thing. Now all of a sudden they talking about some. Well, I mean, we got some footage. Did y'all see this? Did y'all see this footage?
I haven't seen the footage, but I will tell you right here and now. I believe in aliens, mermaids, like the whole thing. Like because
mermaids.
I believe.
All right,
I believe
let me just say one thing. In Matt's defense,
you seriously
really think about it?
Seriously believe that we're the only species existing right now? You really?
We're talking about the mermaids.
No, but let me explain the Matt thing. Let me explain Matt. I'm not going to say I agree, but considering 80% of about 80% of water is undiscovered.
90% of the ocean is undiscovered right now. So you can't sit here and tell me
take a dip in there and discover the rest of it.
No, you cannot sit here and tell me that there's nothing else down there. No one has ever been to the bottom of the sea and came back up to tell a story.
Really?
Ever.
That's because they were usually dead.
I mean, probably.
Your Aunt Adrian's laughing at you, Matt.
That's my aunt.
But
yeah. Hey,
I brought
Auntie.
this up because
I've said this to people before. They know how I feel about this. You can't sit here and tell me that there's you can't sit here and tell me that there's nothing else down there.
So apparently there was footage that was released from a test flight that happened years ago, and I'll send y'all the link later so y'all can look at the footage. I watched it this morning.
I'm watching it right now.
And yeah, I put it in the docket. You can see the footage in there. And it's these two pilots. They were going on some test run, and then all of a sudden you hear the pilots like, "Oh my goodness, what is that? I've never seen nothing like that." And one of the pilots actually they interviewed him on CNN. I think it was a couple days ago. Or
he's still alive.
I mean, yeah. So it wasn't that long ago.
But I believe that conspiracy theory, anything that comes out like that some people always end up disappearing somehow. They start talking, they start disappearing.
He will soon.
Into the
I don't know. I was hoping one of y'all
into the bottom.
I was hoping one of y'all was gonna know who this was. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know.
I'm not sure who that is, but again, that's my aunt.
So apparently
they're roasting me.
From about 2007. So after the footage came out, from about 2007 to 2012, according to I believe it was either the New York Times or the Post. The government has spent $22 million looking for UFOs, pretty much. And as a part of this advanced aviation threat identification program. And technically, they don't call them UFOs; they call them UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena.
Oh gosh, that's too daggone technical.
Aliens are real.
Well, let me say this. It's my dream to be a part of a spacefaring society in that we travel space as the next frontier. And I'm sad that that's not something that we do. So if aliens were real, and they were out there and they had the ability to visit Earth, that meant that we would also have the access to get the technology, hopefully through very diplomatic means, and be able to fare space.
If they
So
offered
is
you
Men
the
in Black
chance to live
real?
on Mars, would you?
Huh?
If they offered you the chance to live on Mars, would you?
No,
No.
because ultimately this system will kind of go away. I wouldn't mind to go to one of the moons of Jupiter or Saturn, which have water and things of that nature. I think that would be cool.
I feel like I would die.
You would rather Jupiter
I
than
I
Mars?
would do something
Mars is,
stupid and then just die.
Mars is closer to Earth. Like, what if something happens?
I mean,
I feel like the only way you're actually going to able to get to like other planets is they somehow make like instant teleportation. Possible.
well, traveling by the speed of light, which
Even
theoretically is possible, but we
Even
don't.
then, you're not even going to get there that fast.
Yeah, but like the closest habitable planet,
over.
the closest habitable planet is 40 light years away. So if we could reach the speed of light, that would take about 40 years to get to if we were able to.
Speed. That's
Which,
Okay, college degree.
but like
you still have to get frozen to get sent. Is what I'm saying.
also theoretically speaking, if we can travel by the speed of light, we can also travel faster than the speed of light. So it could be faster than that.
What?
God,
I've been doing my
God
research.
understand.
Leave me alone.
He's been doing his research. Plot
They're not
twist.
trying to go
He's
to
an
outer
alien.
space.
They didn't teach me this at Rowan University. I'm not sure.
Speaking of people doing their research, there was I guess I'll say a relationship
Come on, translation.
expert, guru, therapist, whatever, on live the other day, and she was letting people hop in her live, and someone hopped in her live looking for some research because she was looking for a new stepfather for her child.
She was.
Because her current husband, find out she's still married, but her current husband is fighting for his life in the hospital, and she told me, "So well, in case he go,
with COVID,
I need somebody to take care of my."
And she was like, "Are you still with him?"
crazy.
And she was like, "Yes." She was like, "And you're still looking for a new man?" She was like, "Yes." I was
He's
like,
65.
This little hussy.
Oh, Nicole says, "Okay, Darnell."
Hey, Nikki.
Okay.
He's 65 and she's like 30.
Wait, the husband is 65?
Yes,
She's
he's
32.
65 and she's like 32,
I'm
33.
very confused. He's still alive, but she's looking for a step husband.
Yes, he's in the hospital fighting for his life. And she was all nonchalant. She's like, he's just in the hospital. Like, what, man? Excuse me?
I don't like that.
Because the lady, she specializes, I guess, in trying to hook people up into relationships. And that's something that she's known in her lives for. It was just crazy because I watched the video yesterday. I was like, oh my God. Like, he's fighting for his life and she's trying to get to the next sugar daddy.
But she was like, girl, you need like a few in the lineup or something like that. She
keeps them in a roster.
No.
I'm like, what?
Let me go to. I'll tell y'all who. Did y'all give the Instagram name?
God don't bless no mess. Okay.
He don't bless as my great grandmother would say, God doesn't like ugly, and he ain't too fond of cute either.
There you go. That's confusing, but okay.
And that's the truth.
You gotta think about that one for a second, but it makes sense.
It'll take me a second.
Speaking of old people sayings, I reheard it the other day. It's something my grandma used to say it.
Kendra G is her name.
I think she used to say it because it sounded familiar. I saw it on Family Feud, but I feel like I heard it before, so I'm gonna contribute it to my grandmother. And it was he was saying something about somebody, and it was, if you throw a rock at a pack of dogs, the one that hollers is the one you hit.
A hit dog will holler.
A hit dog will holler.
Okay, so I'm not gonna
Period.
Oh, I just had to share that because it had me cracking up.
Also, the Instagram name is Kendra J. That's the not the girl who was trying to dip out on her husband while he was about to dip out on the world, but the person whose live it was. Her name is Kendra J.
Gotcha. On a more, I guess I'll say, serious note, since we have been talking a whole lot of Corona stuff, COVID-19 stuff, and we kind of discussed it before, but just a reminder to tell people to stay home if you can, because it's wild out here. And in the process of staying home, Darnell was bringing this up earlier, that a lot of people, and this is because of the, I guess you could say, the traumatic events that are happening during this time, and people's routines being messed up, and things like that, and just trying to keep your mental health as healthy as possible.
Indeed.
So on that first point, people need to stay their butts home. There was a party in Chicago, and I like to get down with a good party occasionally, but occasionally, like once in a very blue moon. Like you gotta be blue and talking. I said what I said.
Just because we're live don't mean you gotta lie.
Hello.
You got to lie, Craig.
But what had happened is that in Chicago, in a very predominant Black neighborhood, there was a house party, and the house party had about 1,000 people. Most of them without masks. Most of them, just up and grinding on each other. You can't tell me that not near one of them came out of that party and didn't have no COVID. Somebody walked out of their coffin. So I just want to make sure that people know, especially in the states that are opening up nail salons and hair salons and barber shops for our people. Okay, just because they're open doesn't mean that it's good for us. What's good for the goose might not be good for the gander. So stay your butts home.
Wait. Listen.
Okay.
The homeowner.
You saw his face?
Listen.
Don't know.
Said she was working a 24-hour shift as a first responder when her son threw this party in her house.
Oh, wow.
I know she whooped somebody's tail.
Had to.
You can't tell me she didn't whoop nobody.
Had to. Like, honestly.
She ran through that belt.
The son must have gotten kicked out at that point, because I sure enough would have been like, you know what, you can go ahead.
She beat him up first.
You can go. Clean my house first, sanitize my house, and then you can leave.
Right.
Packed.
No, honestly, from living in a fraternity house, I already have a special respect in my soul for other people's houses when you throw parties, whatever, having people over. So especially now during a pandemic, my patience would be on 0.
Oh, you can share videos. Oh, snap.
This place is packed.
What did they record this video on? A potato?
Child, I don't know. I guess maybe they blurred it out to protect the innocent, but you can see how many people are all up in here.
Over 1,000 people fitting in the house.
That house was packed.
I feel like the contradictory thing is that how are you gonna wear a mask and go to a packed house?
They ain't.
That's confusing.
Listen, bumping and grinding.
First of all, I hate when I have to just run to like the store around the corner from me wearing a mask. I feel like I can't breathe. So like, it's not that you wear a mask because you want to. We need to right now, but especially in this type of situation, like as packed as that house is, I would.
You know how messy that bathroom was after all that. Ooh.
This is someone's home. This is
that's insane.
House.
They interviewed him. How did? Is that?
That was a state representative.
State representative.
Oh, okay.
That was someone's house.
But that's gonna be, you know what? That's
keep
gonna be
keep me posted on Snap. I'll see you tomorrow. Like I'm not going to that party.
It's just our people. We need to remember that although we're social, we're used to having parties and like
he had attention. Apparently, it was a 26-year-old son. So he asked about 20-30 people to come and celebrate the lives of 2 friends who became victims of gun violence in Chicago. That quickly ballooned to 200.
They couldn't just do it outside at that point. I feel like outside is safer than inside the house.
Yeah, so the party was.
Don't believe him.
Held and good faith. Yes, the party was. It was a good reason.
No, he lying. He trying to save
however,
he trying to save face because his mom was about to kill him.
You could have did that.
And that was the last. He said something real quick.
Real quick, can we just shout out to the mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, for what she said? Like, yo,
I love Lori Lightfoot.
Jumper gonna be trash regardless, fam.
What's she saying?
I can't remember like off completely off the top of my head, but basically she tweeted like because they were shutting down basketball courts in Chicago and everybody was mad. It was like, your jumper, you trash, so you're not going to the league. You don't need to be playing. Stay
I
home.
love Lori Lightfoot. Love you,
That's
Mayor
what
Lori
Kev on stage said too.
Speaking of mayors, can I give a shout out to Philip Murphy right now because he's doing what he has to do. Honestly, like I feel like he's doing it.
That's her governor.
But that's the governor. But I hear you.
But it's fine. It's cool.
What did I?
You see the realization that just hit his face.
It did.
What did I say?
Light bulb went off.
I mean, you said mayor, but I see the transition.
That's what I meant.
And Mayor Cuomo's doing a great job. He's the new president. I don't care what anybody say. He's president.
Shout out to our governor. He's doing it this damn thing.
The governor of New York.
No,
you definitely said mayor. You said mayor first.
I mean, our governor. Now you guys are distracting me, like getting me confused. Our governor, Philip Murphy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't.
See.
All right. In the next video, we're gonna have
the civics class.
Yeah, a class on the government and who's and what and the differences between them.
I know.
And I'm the one that didn't know at all.
I get it.
So.
Anyway, transitioning to the second part of our discussion topic before we leave, mental health. Obviously, being cooped up in your homes and not being able to be social and touching each other and, you know, loving on everybody that you usually love on, that takes a toll. And people aren't able to cope with it. Like, I'm starting to get sad now because I went to go see my aunt and we had to stay 6 feet away. I couldn't hug her. Oh crap, I'm getting emotional. And I'm just sad because, you know, I come from a family where we show our love to each other, and not to be able to even, you know, touch somebody on the shoulder, it's sad and it's hard. And maybe that's why the people in Chicago acted out the way that they did. But, you know, we just focus on your mental health, do things like, what are some things that y'all do to stay mentally okay during this time?
So the first thing for me, it was all about getting a routine. Like, so I had to find a routine because I was finally starting to get a regimented routine. I was back in the gym, going to the gym before work, then going to work, and then typically maybe seeing pressure, just doing something social at the end of the day. And I had to just get back into some sort of routine. The gym is out, but luckily I'm thankful that I'm still be able to work from home. So, you know, after work from home, I maybe go outside, take a walk, you know, talk to somebody on the phone, like, you know, you talk to Precious on the phone or maybe a family member, whatever, talk to my family in the house, but some sort of just routine. And I ain't gonna hold you. I've been playing a lot of Xbox as well. Xbox has been consuming my life.
Yeah, I'm seriously I want to bounce off like seriously what Aaron just said. Like, honestly, having a routine is really important. Like me, I've just been trying to do like more mental activities. Like I'm starting to try to read more. Instead of just I am playing. I'm a PlayStation type of guy, so I'm playing PlayStation. And also like I am still lucky to be working from home, so I'm doing that. But like when I'm done, I try to read or just do something to occupy my mind or have a conversation with somebody. Just like Aaron said, like I do talk to my mom, and my aunt every single day. So yeah, just mental activities, just keeping my mind busy.
Yeah, I've been just like praying, doing devotions. I still see my boyfriend every now and then. But other than that, I just call family, FaceTime family, which is good. Family members I don't necessarily get to talk to all that often.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I'm starting to do is making plans for after COVID-19 is over. So, you know, like I'm making some plans for my girlfriend to have a dinner, something to look forward to after all of this is done.
Exactly. Like honestly, like I've like sat here and thought about like I've put a lot of stuff off. I'll say like next year I want to go to the Super Bowl, or next year I want to go like see so and so in concert, or like whatever. So now that I'm like quarantined, I can't do these things. I'm like next year, like I don't want to put it off anymore. Like next year, like 100%, like I'm gonna, no matter what team is even going, I'm gonna go to the Super Bowl next year.
People about to bring YOLO back after this.
But you know, I'm also planning on my first church service back because I go to a Pentecostal, charismatic church, and I keep on telling people that first service back, all I'm going to do is cry, and I'm going to tear up some rows because I'm dancing and shouting so hard, and I don't want nobody to hold me down. Let me go. Let me go.
Oh, you said tear up some rows?
I'm tearing up rows. I ain't even tearing up. I'm tearing up a row.
And I was like,
oh,
tearing up rows.
From the
I thought you were gonna say the other one.
But I think
after this year, when we go outside, I'm finishing my tattoo. Like I'm 100% getting tatted.
But also make sure that you check on people, because we just had a death in my family, not related to COVID-19, but one of my great aunts just passed away because she had long-term issues. And I know of a couple other families who their family members have passed away too. And it's just so hard right now. You know, we can't get together. We can't go to, you know, each other's houses to get comfort and to heal with one another. It's just like one of my friends said a few nights ago, it's just such a strange time because we can't heal. We can't go. We can't have a normal service. Thank you. We can't have normal services. It's just it's such a weird time right now, dealing with death and dealing with sickness. So just make sure that you check in on people who are going through things like that, because give them a call. Like usually we text, give people a call. You know, you can't go to their houses, but there's other ways that you can show support. Send some money to their Cash App, you know, something. Try your best to be as much of a blessing as you can be, you know, even with these restraints.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna be able to see my new nephew yet. Probably not until, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Maybe
I've seen pictures of people online like visiting newborns and stuff. The family's inside and they like outside the house, peering through the windows.
She has not given birth yet. I want to put that disclaimer out there before everybody like bombards.
I mean, it's not one of my family members, but Carson Wentz had his baby today.
Yeah.
His baby.
I saw you put congrats on his Instagram.
Shout out to her and my quarterback, Carson Wentz.
First of all, hopefully this inspires him to not get injured next year so he can stay on the field.
Don't start. Do not start.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Oh my goodness.
Because that boy could stay injured half the season long.
What were you saying, Camille? What were you saying?
I mean, I think I was done. I was talking about my nephew.
Oh man.
I'm talking about the sucky Eagles that disappoint us.
I mean, Darnell, you don't have room to talk. It's not like your team has the greatest track record either.
Your quarterback
have one of the best track records.
Your quarterback is going to the Buccaneers, so I don't want to hear anything out of your mouth.
It ain't looking great for y'all. I don't know what y'all gonna look like next season.
First of all, we still got
the dynasty is over. The dynasty is over.
Shut your mouth. Where your rings now? Where your rings? Because we need two hands. We need two hands.
Darnell don't even be watching football.
That's what cheaters say.
What were you saying, Aaron? What were you moving on to? I was just trying to...
Pigeons. Thank you, Aunt Adrian. Thank you, Aunt Adrian.
They always take sides against me.
I love that your family comes for you. That's hilarious.
Wow.
Don't make me fly.
Now, let me say this. I did root for the Eagles when they were playing against my team because I felt like they needed to get a win. They needed this. So they went out of my pity.
Wow. I mean, at least they won fairly.
They barely won, though.
They won fair.
41.
They didn't have to cheat their way to their win.
Anyway, what were you saying, Aaron?
Anyway,
what's your team, Camille? What's your team?
So, I low-key teeter between like the Eagles and the Giants.
So she don't even have an actual team. She go back.
But that's just because I got family in New York. So I rep the Giants for my New York family. but then I rep the Eagles because I live in Jersey, obviously. So,
Sound like some.
All right. Well, I mean, it's not like
What
I
were
know
you
much
saying,
about
Aaron?
either
You
teams
understand.
anyway.
I was about to close this out.
Having dialogue like this helps with the depression, though.
What?
Just saying, having dialogue like this helps with the depression.
And I've been watching a lot of TV too. I got a lot of shows lined up
Yes.
to watch, and I've been watching them and going to
I
continue to watch.
finished Tiger King.
Oh, did you?
Oh my gosh, it's insane.
That is a
But the fact that it's like real, that's what's mind-boggling. It's like
you know why that's
real.
mind-boggling? Somebody couldn't even come up with imagination good enough to make that a TV show and have
you
all.
can't make this up. No, you can't make up all that drama. It's insane. Carol Baskin did it.
She did. She did.
She did
I
it.
don't think she did.
That's because you probably would do it too. So that's why you saying that. Anyone
No,
who created Carol
I think
Baskin
that because the
would
only
do it.
people that have told us that she's done it are other criminals that didn't like her.
Because birds of a feather flock together and they know what it takes to
Right.
be a criminal.
Oh.
They don't like her. They don't like her. That's like my enemies telling y'all that I'm this evil person.
Darnell.
She did it.
I don't think she did
She
it. I
did it.
think that.
Did you watch it?
Then
You
who
didn't
did
watch
it?
the whole thing, did you?
Then who did it? Then
You
who
didn't
did
even
it?
watch
then?
it.
I did too watch it.
You watched the whole thing?
Then who did
I
it?
watched
Then?
enough of it to see that this
Nobody
was.
knows.
Then you
now.
ain't
Nobody
see
knows.
the whole thing. You can't say she ain't do it.
Then who did it?
I
Then?
watched the episode where they were talking about her doing it.
They continue to talk about her. She did it.
She didn't do it.
Mhm.
Then
She
who
did
did it then?
Huh?
Then who did it then?
I think that personally, because of how sketchy her husband sounded and some of the sketchy things that he did, I think that he went down to Costa Rica or Mexico and is living his happy life there, sipping on some tequila, looking at all this stuff happen to his ex-wife.
He couldn't get to Costa Rica without a plane, and there was no planes that were reported missing. So how did he get to Costa Rica? He swam?
Rich people have a way.
See, Aunt Adrian says she didn't.
She didn't do it. Leave Carol alone. That poor white
Four
woman.
against
Thank you, Ania.
4 against 1.
That poor white. Wait, before we hang up, can we just talk about the movement of not saying the word Karen to refer to white racist women?
I've never heard of that.
That's stupid, honestly. There's so
They're saying that it's worse than the N-word.
people have the nerve to say with their whole selves that Karen is the
It's worse than
same
the
thing
N-word.
as the N-word. Like they had,
It's worse. They say it's worse.
He's dead.
like people have the nerve to actually like sit there with their fingers and type that out and put it on the internet for everybody to see.
They're saying that a white woman, like when
it's like saying calling the woman who was calling for the barbecues or calling because the kid's selling lemonade or all of this that and the third. Can I speak to your manager? They just call they call her a Karen.
And so they're saying that saying Karen to a white woman is worse than saying the N-word to a black person.
That's a very extreme
That's
comparison.
Reach.
That it is a reach.
It's a far reach. They don't have the length. They don't have.
Because first of all, no one even really says Karen to the person. It's like
it's usually behind their back.
And it's like a joke thing.
And we used to say something like barbecue Becky.
That was what they were calling that girl who called the police on that barbecue. That was her name, Barbecue Becky.
Exactly. So we be making up names, but at the end of the day, like we say, like don't eat Karen's potato salad from the office because she lets her cats get into it. We say things like that. But my thing is that how is that worse? It's not like
I've seen a lot of cats on my stories and Snapchats on counters since quarantine started. I've seen a lot of cats in kitchens since this quarantine
and that's why I don't eat from folks' kitchens.
I've been looking like
my animals aren't allowed in the kitchen.
Like we just showing out
from your house.
If I'm cooking something, you got to be over there. Like
I've been looking like, man.
I don't eat food from your house, Matthew. I don't mess around with the animal hair because I'll be. Why am I coughing up a hairball and I ain't got no animal?
I can't.
So that's just wrong. So Karens, y'all deserve every bit of Karening that is coming your way. You're Karen, be okay with it. It's like y'all probably call us the N-word behind closed doors. We call you Karen behind closed doors.
Y'all can still watch the podcast, though. We appreciate your views.
Y'all can watch and be angry.
It's not even
We
behind.
appreciate the love.
If you're really gonna sit here in my face and tell me,
you done got Matt started again.
if you're gonna sit here in my face and tell me that
I
me
thought we were ending.
calling Aaron
We
is
are.
worse than the N-word, like, are you stupid? Like,
You might just have to cut them off.
you can actually like sit there and say that.
Just cut
Like,
them
are you
off.
for real?
It's fine.
Beautiful.
We appreciate y'all watching, for tuning in.
Are we going to do final thoughts?
Any final thoughts, concerns?
Matthew, why don't you start us off?
Related?
No,
Start us off, Matthew.
I'll go last. You guys start.
Oh, well, my
Oh,
final
he's got a
thought
story.
is that you just have to stick it in there a little bit longer. You know, make sure that even after we open up, practice social distancing, you know, practice safe practices like wearing a mask in public, no matter what they're saying on the news or, you know, what your legislators are saying. Listen to the medical professionals, listen to the science. And
Here, what's good, Bobby?
Hey.
Hey.
And just be smart. Be smart. You know, Black people, don't go to your nail salon. Don't go to your hair salon. Don't go to the barber shop. Stay a little bit scruffy for a little bit longer, because you know it's not worth it to die. It's not worth it to die. And exercise your intelligence as best as possible. You might not have much, but you got a little bit of it. Use it.
Wow. How's he gonna give advice and insult everybody on the same sentence?
It wasn't everybody. It was just the stupid people going to the hair salon and the barber shop to get your lineup. The lineup ain't worth dying.
Be safe, but you're ugly.
I mean, because it look good in the casket, but that's about it.
Who did the body?
Oh my God.
My closing, just stay home. Find something to do. Find something to watch. I'm literally about to get off this and turn back on Netflix. So I just been watching stuff all day long, and chill.
Camille almost called you Karen by accident. I ain't even lying.
You know what? I don't really have anything to say other than this was fun. I like the live.
See, it was lit, right?
It was really a good time.
The live is lit.
I'd agree.
I like the interaction of people's comments and stuff.
The live is lit.
So tell us, comment below and ask, let us know if you guys want us to continue to do like lives, at least during quarantine. Yeah. So yeah. Matt, do you have your slides already?
My final thoughts are, I hope everybody stays safe. Thank you for joining the live. I had a great time.
What?
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Really?
Wow.
But they're dead. That's confusing.
Maybe it's for while this is going on.
Are they going off?
So you can get it while so if someone
they probably don't know.
They die,
don't know.
Do they still? No. Wait. Let me finish my question. Do they still? Is it still on them in a sense of like you can't get it?
I don't know.
Probably don't know yet fully.
Well, I do know that there's some. It's rumored that some of the places they're just cremating. They're not even.
Yeah, I heard that some cremating.
But they're probably doing mass crematings where they put in just a bunch of bodies in one.
They better not. If they handed me ashes,
I believe that.
We're getting to continue to do the lives. Yes, please. Sorry. For the lives.
Thank you, Aunt Adrian.
Oh, you're right. Hurry up, because my headphones are dying.
All right.
I love you, Anya.
Thank you all for listening. We love you all. Give us discussion topics for next week, or ask us.
If you even have to put comments in the thing, if you want to talk about something for next week, let us know. And we'll bring it. We'll see what we want to talk about. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
Bye. Are we still live?